Ladies and gentlemen, let me speak directly to your heart and your wallet for a moment. You see, money is not just about numbers. It's about behavior. It's about mindset, discipline, and the ability to tell yourself the truth even when it hurts. Far too many people today are mistaking noise for wisdom and hype for opportunity. They scroll through social media and see someone flashing a rented car, a fake watch, or a pile of borrowed cash, and suddenly they think they've discovered the secret to wealth. But that's not wealth, that's theater. And when you buy tickets to that show, you pay the price later with interest. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't an investment strategy. This is stupidity. Luck has never been a financial plan, and it never will be. Yet everywhere I look, people are treating luck like it's a legitimate investment category. They think a coin flip is the same as a calculated risk. They jump into something they don't understand just because someone else seems to be winning. But let me tell you the truth, when your financial future depends on luck, you are not investing. You are gambling. And gambling is what broke people do when they don't want to do the hard work of building wealth the right way. Real investing is boring. It's steady. It's slow. It's not flashy enough to make a viral video, but it's the path that actually works. When you depend on luck, you're handing control of your life to chance, and chance doesn't care about your dreams, your family, or your future. Now, real wealth doesn't happen by accident. It comes from discipline. It's not about finding shortcuts. It's about staying the course when everyone else is chasing shiny objects. The truth is, wealth isn't built overnight. It's built over time. And that time requires sacrifice. It requires saying no when others are saying yes. It means cutting expenses, saving consistently, and investing wisely in things that grow, not things that glitter. Every time you choose patience over impulse, you lay another brick in your foundation of freedom. Discipline is what separates dreamers from doers. The dreamer says, one day I'll be rich. But the disciplined person wakes up early, works hard, and invests carefully so that one day becomes reality. You cannot microwave success. It has to simmer. The difference between financial peace and financial pain is often just a handful of consistent, boring, disciplined decisions made day after day. And let's talk about emotion. Because emotion, when mixed with money, is a recipe for disaster. Investing with your heart instead of your head is like driving blindfolded. You're going to crash. Too many people make financial decisions based on fear or greed. They see the market rise and think, I'm missing out. Then they see it fall and think, I've got to sell everything. That's not investing, that's panicking. The stock market, real estate, business, whatever your chosen path, they all reward patience, not panic. When you invest emotionally, you let short-term noise dictate long-term outcomes. You trade calm, steady growth for sleepless nights and regret. Smart investors don't react, they respond. They stick to their plan even when the crowd is losing its mind. Emotionally driven investing is like jumping on a roller coaster without a seatbelt. It's thrilling for a moment, but sooner or later you'll regret it. The people who win with money are not the ones who chase trends. They're the ones who stay steady, rational, and unshaken through every up and down. Now, I have to be blunt about this next part. The get-rich-quick mindset is a lie. It's the same old scam that's been sold for centuries, just rebranded in fancy digital packaging. Someone always promises you can make a fortune fast with no work, no risk, and no patience. And it always ends the same way, with empty pockets and broken dreams. Every generation has its version of the gold rush, but the only people who get rich in a gold rush are the ones selling the shovels. You don't need another hack or trick to get wealthy. You need a process. You need time, effort, and consistency. Get rich quick is fueled by greed and impatience, two of the most destructive forces in personal finance. And when you chase quick wealth, you often end up with quick losses. Real success takes time. Real wealth is quiet. You don't see it bragging online. You see it in a paid-off house, a debt-free life, and a retirement fund that gives you peace of mind. The truth is, the slower you go, the stronger you build, because easy money always comes hard later. Another truth, ladies and gentlemen, is that you should never invest in something you don't understand. This is one of the most overlooked principles in finance, and yet it's one of the most critical. If you can't explain how your investment makes money, you shouldn't put a dime into it. Complexity often hides risk. When people invest in something just because someone else said it's the future, they're setting themselves up to lose. You don't have to be a financial genius. You just have to use common sense. Invest in things that are proven, transparent, and understandable. Study before you spend. The people who truly win with money are the ones who take the time to learn. They know what they're investing in, why they're investing in it, and what the risks are. You can't outsource your understanding and expect success. When you blindly follow someone else's advice, you're not investing. You're surrendering control. And let me tell you something, the person who understands their money always has power. The person who doesn't will always be at the mercy of others. Finally, the smartest people with money are not the ones chasing the biggest returns. They're the ones following the best plan. A solid financial plan is not exciting, but it works. It's about budgeting wisely, saving consistently, investing gradually, and staying the course no matter what. You don't have to hit home runs. You just need to keep getting on base. Every paycheck, every month, every year, you keep doing the right thing. You don't let fear or greed knock you off track. A smart investor doesn't move with the crowd. They move with their convictions. And over time, that quiet discipline compounds into something powerful. You don't wake up rich one morning. You build wealth little by little until one day you realize that you've bought your freedom. Not with luck, but with wisdom. Let's face it, the world loves shortcuts. People want results without effort, success without struggle, and wealth without work. But that's not how life operates. If you plant seeds today, they won't grow tomorrow. They'll grow in time, aftercare, patience, and consistency. Your money works the same way. You nurture it, protect it, feed it with smart decisions, and let it grow in peace. Every impulsive decision steals a piece of your future. Every smart, patient choice adds to it. Ladies and gentlemen, the truth is simple but powerful. If your money choices are based on emotion, impulse, or envy, you're headed for disappointment. But if they're based on understanding, discipline, and long-term vision, you're building something unshakable. You're not just creating wealth. You're creating freedom. Freedom from stress, freedom from debt, freedom from the chaos that comes when you live paycheck to paycheck. So the next time someone comes to you with a hot tip, a shiny opportunity, or a can't miss deal, remember what we talked about today. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. You don't need to chase what's fast. You need to build what lasts. Your future is not a gamble. It's a responsibility. And your money is a tool, not a toy. When you stop being stupid with your money will finally start being smart for you. Build a plan. Stick to it. Ignore the noise. And remember, every time you choose wisdom over foolishness, you're taking one more step toward real freedom. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about dollars. It's about direction. It's about living with peace, purpose, and power. This isn't an investment strategy. This is stupidity. And you are too smart to keep falling for it. Start today. Build wisely. Live freely. And never again confuse hype for wisdom. Your future deserves better. And you have what it takes to create it.